Today, you all, we're going to talk about being a visionary, how to make things play out in your head before it actually plays out in real life, whether it's on video or whether it's in images. So you have to ask yourself, when being a visionary, what are you shooting for? What are you going for? You know, if there are various categories for a different eye. You can't use the same eye for all these categories that are out there, and there are many of them. I just give you a few for an example. Events, when shooting events, you have to have a different eye. When shooting podcasting, you have to have a different eye. When shooting web series or short films, movies, whatever the case may be, you have to have a different eye. When doing business promo, advertisement ads, you have to have a different eye for that. When shooting commercials, you have to have a different eye. Um, Behind the scenes, the list goes on. All those different categories. Whether you're doing model portfolios, shooting subjects, objects, everything requires a different eye depending on the category you're trying to shoot for. That's the key thing. It's all about when you're behind that lens, what eye are you going to use? I have a lazy eye, but it's still a different eye. But yeah, uh, it's all about the eye and the vision of what you're trying to capture. Um, I know a lot of times people process and their techniques are different. Everybody's not going to go about things the same way. For an example, when I'm out on set, I normally walk the whole premises of where I'm at. I'm trying to pay attention to details, what I'm looking for, what I want to capture, how the angle I want to capture, and like I say, what eye am I going to use? What am I shooting for? What do I want to put out there as far as the image go? When I'm doing photography, that's what I do. So everybody has a different way of doing it, but being a visionary also doesn't mean you have to have a storyline as well. It can mean that, hey, you just want to capture that moment. It can be where you just want to show off an art form or something. It doesn't necessarily tell a story; it just shows that, oh, it's art. So that's what I mean when I say be a visionary. Know where you're going and the direction you're going before shooting something. You know, and sometimes it might not come to you until the last minute when you're actually on set, setting things up. Or like I say, I walk around first before I set things up, or I just sit back in a chair and I just think and brainstorm, paint the image in my head, and say, "All right, I got it. Let's go." So those are key things to being behind the lens and making something happen, creating. That's the key thing as well, and setting yourself different and apart from everybody else out here.